Hey everyone, Ryan here at M&R Productions, and today we're going to be comparing all three LEGO Star Wars Millennium Falcon Microfighters. I'm going to keep this video pretty simple, bare bones for a comparison, at least on my channel. We have the 2014 Millennium Falcon Microfighter, set number 75030. It retailed for $10, like all microfighters, at least singular microfighters do. It included 94 pieces and the singular Han Solo minifigure. 2018's Millennium Falcon Microfighter was set number 75193. It included 92 pieces and a singular Chewbacca minifigure. And finally, in 2021, we have another remake of the Millennium Falcon Microfighter, set number 75295, with 101 pieces and another singular Han Solo minifigure. We'll be using the M&R comparison system to figure out which set has the best minifigures, playability, design / displayability value, and my final opinion to give us a final score on which set is better. Let's get into it. I think all these figures are generally pretty good. I think the biggest change between anything here is the Han Solo hairpiece, a little bit with the face print being a little bit better on the newer one, but in general, I think the hairpiece is the biggest difference. Overall, though, I don't think you're getting a bad figure with any of the sets, and there's the back prints for the Han Solos there, so you're basically getting an iconic character no matter which set you're picking up, and I think it's a little bit tough to pick exactly which figure is the best, but I think I would give 3 points to 2021, 2 points to 2018, and 2 more points to 2014. Just kind of a tie between these two. If it had the better hairpiece, I'd put it ahead, but it doesn't. And the other thing is, though, with these Han Solo figures is the washed out look for the skin color on the chest there. A bit of a shame LEGO has not gone in and fixed that over the course of 7 years. Only the best is good enough, fellas. Playability is always fun to compare, and I think these sets are pretty even except for one little thing. So for each set, you can take a minifigure, put him in a seated position, not pull his gun off, and then drop them in the pilot seat there. And in the 2014 Falcon's case, you actually have the 4 studs there, which make it a little bit tough to get the figure out, so that's a little knock against that. But you also have some flick-fire missiles on top, and for as much as people complain about stud shooters, these were a pain. You had to like push at them or, you know, get in there. Like, you just couldn't use these very well. So I think stud shooters were an improvement over this, certainly. But that was really the playability, of course, other than swooshing it around. 2018's Falcon saw a different pattern for the seating area. So it was easier to take characters out. And then you also have the stud shooters on top, which you could shoot just like that. Pretty straightforward. We all know how stud shooters work. Playability-wise, I think the stud shooters outrank the flick-fire missiles a little better, and then the ability to take the figure out is certainly easier. Same can be said for 2021 here with Han Solo going in. You have the stud shooters on top again, and yeah, just same swooshability kind of stuff. I think these 3 sets are pretty evenly matched, but I would definitely say this is the worst playability-wise because the Han Solo can get stuck in there, so if you're going to take the figure out, that's a problem. And then the flick-fire missiles, I think for this particular case where it's like literally you can't get at them unless you come up and in and you do something special, that's a problem. So I think 3 points, 3 points, 1 point. If you changed out any of these on your display, you're just not going to notice really that it's a different Millennium Falcon Microfighter. They all kind of look the same. There are some differences with each design, though. Going from 2014 to 2018, they changed up the colors of a lot of the vents on the top of the Falcon, but generally retained like the same shape and, you know, a little more color in the back there. The back of the Falcon looked largely the same with the rear exhaust, same kind of build, and then underneath you had the inverted tiles, but in the case of 2014, they added another plate under it for whatever reason, versus 2018 here, there was no extra plate for a little bit of extra length. I don't know what the deal with that was, but they did do that. But in general, same designs. 2021 here next to the 2014 version, you can see the biggest design change to me is that rear exhaust or thrust with the new plates there. They look way better, nicely curved into the design versus the 2014 version there. They also changed up a little bit with the seating area, obviously. The print for the cockpit piece became lighter, but that also was lighter in the 2018 version. And you can see the docking area or whatever, a little bit different design there as well. And again, underneath, same design with the inverted tiles, just no extra plate under it for whatever reason. I still don't understand exactly why they did that on that original version. My biggest problem with this is that I keep knocking this off. I've been doing that a lot. Anytime you go to move it from side to side, it pops off. And the thing with that is you know, I guess it's accurate that can move side to side, but the other ones you can move up and down and they don't pop off, right? This one, you can move a little bit side to side. It's weird, but at least it doesn't break off is my point. This one just breaks off so easy in 2021, and I find that to be a bit annoying, although it is nice that you can get a little bit of a more accurate curve to it or push it out a little bit more if you want. So as far as design goes, I think each one has its pros and its cons, and I honestly think it's pretty much a toss-up and a tie, so I'm going to give them all the same amount of points. With each set retailing for $10 and having one minifigure and about the same amount of pieces, I don't see how you would pick which one is a better value. I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder as far as which minifigure you would prefer or which minifigure you think is worth your money more so than the other, but these all literally retail for the same price. I don't think one is a particularly better value than the other, and for that, they'll all get the same amount of points as well for the value category. Look, I think it's pretty clear that all three of these are practically the same, bar the minifigures, and I generally don't feel like one is particularly better than the other or worth buying over the other. Like, if you already have one of these previous two versions, I don't see why you would go out and buy the 2021 version unless you don't have that Han Solo figure, but he's been in a few sets before exactly as is. So, you know, there's only a couple reasons to buy that new one. If you want a Millennium Falcon Microfighter and don't have one, that's a good reason to buy it. Or if you want a Han Solo like that and you don't have one, that's a good reason to buy it. Otherwise, if you have either of these older two, they're both very adequate because there have not been a lot of changes to the design over the years. I don't have a favorite. I'm going to be honest. I think these are all three practically the same, and I don't really want to pick here. So, once again, I'm going to give them all the same amount of points. Let's tally it up. And our final score, 2014 received 12 points, 2018 received 14 points, and 2021 took home the dub with 15 points. Now, all of this, like I said, there was a lot of ties in here to me. All of it really came down to the playability in minifigures. It's just like slightly better figure in 2021 and slightly better playability because they had flick-fire missiles, which I think are unwieldy in that particular set versus the stud shooters on the newer set, which I think are a little bit easier to use. So let me know in the comment section below which Millennium Falcon Microfighter you think is best. If you're looking to buy one, I certainly don't think the new one is a bad buy, especially because it's easy to buy for 10 bucks at the store versus these other ones you have to hop on eBay and pay a little bit extra probably. So if you're looking for one in 2021, ain't so bad, but it is another remake, which is my problem with it. But yeah, that's another topic. Anyway, thanks for watching, and you can check out more LEGO Star Wars comparisons on the end screen now.